To a growing issue across the state as we hear more and more members of the trans community say they feel like they're under assault with both their physical and mental health at risk.
Much of this is attributed to newly passed state laws that cover everything from gender treatments and drag shows to bathrooms and pronouns.
So to learn more tonight, ABC Action News in-depth reporter Anthony Hill is going beyond the headlines, speaking with experts and hearing firsthand what it's like to live as a trans person in Florida right now.
Essentially, my hair journey started with wigs.
Karinas' happy place is wherever and whenever she can style one of her many wigs.
Something about wigs just screamed fabulous to me.
Karina is a proud transgender woman. But she says she notices more discrimination against the trans community in Florida.
So it used to be a little bit easier to exist just as a person. Now that people are learning the label of trans, they're starting to put us kind of in our own category.
A category, Karina says, that puts an unwanted spotlight on her community.
They might look at me a weird way, or they might say something.
There has been a slew of legislation out of Tallahassee aimed at the transgender community.
All of those send a very clear message.
Like SB 1320, which prohibits school employees from using gender pronouns that don't match students' sex at birth, even if the student requests it.
And when you send a message from powerful people in our state that LGBTQ people are something to be ashamed of, that there's something wrong with them, and that ultimately we have to take government action to silence or censor that community out of society, you send that message very clearly to young people.
Hello, good afternoon. So how have you been over the last couple weeks?
Courtney Bedford has been an LGBTQ affirming therapist for 20 years.
I've heard, unfortunately, some very horrific stories.
She says a lot of her transgender clients have trauma associated with how people treat them.
People have been spat on. They've had bathroom stalls kicked in as they were using the restroom. People demanding to see their genitals.
That's part of the reason why we see such a high amount of things like anxiety, depression, suicide attempts in the LGBTQ plus community as a whole, but especially in the transgender population.
Dr. David Berger is the owner of Holistic Pediatrics and Family Care in Tampa, and he has a YouTube channel where he combats medical disinformation.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. David. Welcome to another episode of Your Health, Your Choice.
He says providing gender-affirming care is more difficult now because of SB 254, which restricts gender-affirming care. For adults, the law doesn't allow Medicaid to pay for gender-affirming care, and it straight out bans gender-affirming care for minors, even treatment with puberty blockers.
When a person looks into the mirror and the person that's staring back at them is not who they feel that they are, that can be very dissettling.
For mental health resources for those in the LGBTQ plus community, just head over to our website, abcactionnews.com, where I've posted a few links. In Lakewood Ranch, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.